talk about in more detail. Now, we don't expect a massive tornado outbreak like we saw with that last system as of right now, especially with this first entity coming through really Thursday night. Along that warm front, you are going to see the potential for severe weather, gusty winds. You can't rule out a tornado, some hail with this as well. That's the first system that's going to blow through. So Iowa, Missouri, all the way over into Illinois is where we do have the best threat for that. Everything kind of moves east. And then for a Saturday, we kind of reset with a much bigger system that's going to be coming through. And that means we're going to see rain, thunderstorms, even some snow for us here, some wintry mix still happening. I know we're going to see less and less on our maps as we go through time. Sunday, I would say Sunday into Monday, Sunday night into Monday is when we have an even better chance for seeing that threat for severe weather come on through. There is your snow, very heavy snow. Looks like we could get some double digits here, but can we take down our deficit into places like Marquette, where we are 22 inches below average? I don't know, with that pink, it's a possibility with that pink. As we look into the GFS, heavier stuff kind of streaming back towards Minnesota and also into South Dakota for us. Deficits across the board, literally every city, Detroit, Chicago, Minneapolis, Des Moines, by the way, 20 below, Omaha, North Platte, Pierre, Bismarck. You have to go south to find the above average, which is wild. But there's just been so many southern storms. That's why we are seeing above average snowfall for us. Marquette, we have marginal temperatures on Friday, but Saturday into Sunday, that's when we have temperatures below freezing for our highs and our lows, so definitely getting snow there. Des Moines, we are warm. Look at Friday, 80 degrees. There's going to be several records that fall this week, by the way. Des Moines, we're going to be at 80, dropping to 70, and then dropping to 44 degrees. In a matter of 2 days, we go from 80 to 44. That's like going from the hot tub to the pool for us here. And a quick look at St. Louis. Kelly, we also have a beautiful Friday in store for us, but then the temperatures are going to come down with the clouds and the showers.
And even storms on Sunday. All right, Steph.
Thanks for staying with us on America's Morning Headquarters. I'm meteorologist Stephanie Abrams alongside meteorologists Kelly Cass and Lynette Charles. We have the first full week of spring, but it's literally feeling like summer for some people.
Yeah.
With record heat in the west, that's all going to be shifting east.
Yeah, and it's not just warm, it's hot, really.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to be flirting with 100 degrees in places like Phoenix, not only bringing the potential for record high, Steph, but perhaps even fueling the atmosphere for later on in the week with the storms.
That we will. And of course, Texas, Lynette, has had its fair share of storms already. Some really intense hail that we saw over the weekend.
Yeah, we can see that again today, but
welcome back in. If you live in the Emerald City, expect the skies to look like this. They're going to be cloudy, you know, a little gray side. You will have some sunshine, but it will be precipitation free today. You have to enjoy this break because there are several rounds, I should say, of weather on the way, and the clouds are eventually going to give way to rain and even possibly some thunderstorms returning to Puget Sound tomorrow. So you keep that rain gear handy, though. I think the rain gear is probably always handy here in the Northwest. We're nearly 3.5 inches below average for rainfall for the year. But it's not just Seattle, and we'll show you what we're talking about. First, though, our forecast today, you'll get a little sunshine, highs in the 60s, and then notice that rain coming in, those temperatures dropping. And by the way, dropping back towards average. We are going to see record-setting temperatures along the West Coast today. It's going to be very, very warm for us. Not only in Seattle, Portland, we could potentially set a record. We're going to be close there. But that is then going to all wash away in the rain, where we have 2 to 3, even 3 to 5 inches of it coming in through Saturday, and then snow as well. Our snowpack is doing good here in the Sierra, so that's really good for the spring thaw. Jet energy is going right up into Canada, and it's not really getting into Seattle, but there's a big trough, and out in this trough, this is our big piece of energy that's going to be coming through and giving us that threat for severe weather as we go over time. Notice right now just a few clouds today, and the heat, you got Portland, Medford, Redding in the 70s and 80s, even as we go inland, Boise and Elko on the warm side for us. Thunderstorms coming in tomorrow, and look at that drop in temperature. Seattle going down 68, Portland 76 for us. It doesn't really get in until later in the day. So you have the bulk of the day to be fine, and then notice around dinner time, things start firing up, clouds and showers start rolling ashore for us, and this is what's going to continue on as we go into our Thursday and even as we go into the weekend. So there's your rain. This is very early Thursday morning. You can see that low just offshore, that counterclockwise spin. That's going to come in, and that energy is going to keep continuing to move east. And so look at that rain Saturday. That's going to help with the severe weather system and into our Sunday. And then we have more poised just off the coast. Could be windy too. Wednesday evening, 30, 40 mile an hour winds. You see things pop up here as we head into our Thursday afternoon. Boom, look at those strong winds. Then they die down as we head into the overnight hours, which is fairly typical. Portland, though, 78 degrees. Kelly, and that direct sunlight is going to be just straight hot. Yeah. And then the 50s in a couple of days.
Beautiful Rose City there, Portland. Much needed rain for the Lone Star State. That drought has gotten pretty bad.
It is really bad. It's extreme to exceptional here from Austin to San Antonio, but too much rain to try to heal that drought too fast is going to lead to flooding, and it looks like we get some hefty totals here, especially into the coastal areas. This is America's Morning Headquarters. I'm meteorologist Stephanie Abrams alongside meteorologist Kelly Cass and Lynette Charles.
Yes, and Texas will hit the 90s today as the heat's going to start to build for other states. We're talking about 20 to 30 degrees above average for parts of the plains. That is hot.
Records in the west, and those records will continue to be moving east through the week.
A little too soon having to crank up the AC perhaps in a lot of areas, and that heat helping to fuel our next round of storms.
We do have an expansive severe threat heading into our weekend Sunday, and then it will continue rolling into our Monday. Everyone needs to be weather aware if you are in that red shaded area.
And that goes for a place like Dallas, even though we have a tiny bit of a surplus
have
there.
it each and every month of the year.
I'm now down memory lane with warm it up, Chris. I'm about to. That's when it was cool to like wear your clothes backwards.
Yep.
Right. And they did like this in the video. Warm it up, Chris. Remember that? About
yes, to. Good job, Steph.
That's what I was born to do. Warm it up, Chris.
I love it. You made my morning.
You just took me back. You made my morning, taking me back.
I love it.
The old school, because I'm an old fool who's not so cool, but that's okay. Whoop, there it is. That's where we're going to have the threat for severe weather as we head into our Thursday night along that warm front in that warm sector. Otherwise, rain stretching all the way into places like Ohio. But the worst of the weather will stretch from Omaha to Cedar Rapids. Omaha, which just had insane near blizzard conditions, wet out conditions last week. We're now talking severe weather. We had actually rain and thunderstorms on the front side before the snow came in. But anyhow, this week it is all storms for us. Anywhere you see the red shading on the map, that is all going to push east. And then as we head into our Saturday, that's when our next bigger system is going to take hold. And the threat for severe weather ramps up as we head into our Sunday. Really kind of Sunday evening is when you have that severe weather threat that's going to be ramping up and moving east. Now, there is snow on the north side of this. We could actually get some deficit busting snowfall into the UP of Michigan. Marquette is over 20 inches. I think we're 22 inches below average here on snowfall. And you can see that tail coming back into Minnesota. That's where the GFS wants to have a little bit heavier snow for us here. So we're going to get some of that frozen stuff, but we need a lot more. I mean, deficits everywhere, double digits, from Detroit to Chicago to Minneapolis to the Dakotas, all the way down here into North Platte, even Omaha. We are 8.3 inches below average. And then you have to go south in order to be above average, which is wild because usually you go south, you don't think of snow, but we've had multiple systems come on through in the south that brought snow to the south over the winter. It was a wild winter. Marquette, notice our temperatures really drop as we head into the weekend, so it'll be all snow for us, Cal.
Steph, as you know, there's some crazy video out there.
Well, thanks for staying with us on America's Morning Headquarters. I'm meteorologist Stephanie Abrams alongside meteorologist Lynette Charles and Kelly Cass. The first full week of spring. You are definitely feeling it in the allergy department in the south. Yeah. But in the west, it is feeling like straight summer.
I mean, look at all the red on this map. It is hot, right? We skipped right to summer season.
Yep.
And that heat is going to be shifting to the east, not only, fueling thunderstorms, but also bringing records.
That it is. And we are going to see not only the record highs, but some juice in the atmosphere, Kelly, giving us the threat for severe weather. We already had severe weather over the weekend in Texas. Mm-hmm. That hail, of course, lived up to everything is bigger in Texas.
Hail.
Exactly, yeah.
And welcome back in. If you live in the Emerald City, expect to see maybe some gray, some cloudiness here. A little bit of sunshine, though, is going to peek through today, but we will be precipitation free. It's going to be a brief break because wet weather is on the way, and a lot of it, rounds and rounds of rain. So you have showers, even the possibility of thunderstorms for us here into the coastal areas and inland. Keep that rain gear handy because we're running nearly 3.5 inches below average. We need the rain, and it looks like we are certainly going to be getting it for us. Showers, by the way, not just as we head into our Wednesday, but all the way through our Saturday. Notice today some clouds and some of that sunshine. 67 degrees, temperatures dropping down into the 50s as we wrap up the week. It's not just the rain, it is also the snow that we are going to get in the interior. The Sierra are doing actually quite good with our snowfall totals here, which is nice because when everything melts, it's going to go into the reservoirs. Jet energy is plowing into Canada. That's where the rain and the showers will be today. This is a big piece of energy that is going to come in and swing east and give us that threat for some storms later in the week. Notice today we have warmth. Portland, I think our record, is it 80? I've looked at so many records today. It's either 80 or 82 in Portland. So we're going to be close to record setting into Portland. Basically, it's going to be really hot, near record setting. Even some places will be setting records today. But with the showers coming in tomorrow, that will tamper down the heat that we've got here, even the thunderstorms. It doesn't come in until a little bit later in the day. Notice these firing up in the interior also as we look towards the coast. Showers will continue as we head into our Thursday and as we go into our Friday and as we go into the weekend. You can see that spin right offshore here Thursday. That is going to keep moving inland, and we are going to see energy continuing to move from the west coast. And then look at that as we head into our Saturday and Sunday, causing that severe weather as we head into the plains. Winds pick up Wednesday evening. They really crank out as we head into our Thursday. Watch that. Boom. Lots of winds here. That could slow down travel, make it turbulent as well. And Portland, we go from 79. Look at this drop in our temperatures to the 50s, a 20-degree temperature drop in a very short amount of time. As we go into April, it's literally right around the corner. As we head into next week, it's likely we will stay above average when it comes to moisture into the northwest and across much of the country, with the exception of Texas, where we actually really could use the rain. This is where we have drought conditions and things are super dry, guys.
All right, seems to be a pretty